Tucked away in a building that once housed the Brighton Police Department and jail is a place where creativity thrives. Recognizing the need for affordable studio space, Main Street Creatives partnered with the City of Brighton, the Brighton Urban Renewal Authority, and local artists to help promote art and art education in the community. Located in downtown Brighton at 36 South Main Street Creatives' mission is to allow easy public access to art and its many forms and levels. Educational classes are available to anyone to participate and enjoy. The goal is to introduce and encourage a true appreciation of art. Main Street Creatives endeavors to reach, inspire, enrich, and promote not only its artists and the city, but in the end, the beauty of what is created. Since 2010, Main Street Creatives has carved out a niche as a regional leader in bringing the art community and the community at large together. They received the Governor's Award for the Best Creative Industries in 2013, and they continue to foster the potential for creativity in all of us.
We started Main Street Creatives, I think about 3 years ago. We had started a gallery on Main Street, on North Main Street, and I also had the Art Academy there. The gallery was in a position where it really wasn't making enough to be able to pay the rent. And so we had mentioned that in a meeting with some of the city, and they had been so excited to have a gallery. And different people around the city just really, we have to have a gallery in Brighton. And so a couple of the city people came and approached me and said, you know, if you all are not able to stay open in North Main, we would like you to think about this empty building, which was the former police station, and turning that into sort of an incubator project for artists, and that they would be willing to make that feasible for us to do that. And so we came over and saw the building and were just amazed that, you know, we would have this wonderful opportunity to have not only a gallery, but have rooms for studio spaces for artists, and then also for the Art Academy of Colorado.
In 2014, the community gathered with Main Street Creative and all the different entities that help pull the Main Street Creatives here in a municipal building together. As we began this project from Brighton Urban Renewal and the Office of Arts and Culture and the Downtown Project, we were able to work with the Maintenance Department, the Parks Department, IT, and pull this office together.
Every room in the building has an interesting history, so we've loved that part where, you know, we have the interrogation room, and we have the police chief's office is another studio, and of course the jail is always something people want to be able to see, the jail cells.
With those beginning people, we were able to work with the City of Brighton government, municipal, City Council, the Arts and Culture folks, Brighton Cultural Arts Commission, in order to bring all those entities together with all of the artists to promote and pull this together.
Yeah, we have grown, and we teach classes in watercolor, drawing, painting. We hope to eventually have sculpture and pottery. And so we're constantly adding new students, and a lot of students, I mean, I think through people in the city, and it seems like a good third of the city has taken lessons here at one time or another.
I came to Main Street, found out about it through friends, and came and talked with Judy, and started here probably last November. And at some point she had to take off and do some shows, and so she'd asked me whether I'd be willing to fill in teaching some of the classes. And so we taught together for, I think, about a week, and then she had to go, and so I took over her classes and found I really enjoyed teaching. Teaching is something that I've done several times with music, with art, but I've never actually really taught several people at the same time in a classroom situation. And so I really took to it, really enjoyed it, and so I've added a class and continue to teach with Judy, and we're hoping in the fall to add more classes, more class times, and maybe get more kids involved from the schools. We have a class for homeschoolers right now, and so we'll probably be expanding that as well.
I met Judy Dickinson years ago before we had this building, and I had some work in her previous gallery on Main, and when she was getting ready to move here, she asked the artists that were with her to come and look at this building and give their opinion as to if they liked it and thought it would be a good location. I thought it was great. It'd be perfect for studios and a gallery, and that's how we met.
I've painted, drawn all of my life, self-taught. I've never really been to school for that, but I picked up a lot of stuff along the way, so it's great to be able to pass that along.
I've been a sculptor for 25 years, and I do strictly wildlife, but that's a pretty broad spectrum. Anything from insect, plant, animal, birds, and I live in the country, and I get my inspiration from going all over the country. I like to travel, and so I'll do study work almost everywhere I go. When I do a show, I'll take a certain amount of time to go out and see what's in that area and experience. And I do take my own photography, so I try to work from those as much as possible.
I've been drawing since I was about 6 or 5, and I just like doing it. I think that art is not easy, but if you really believe in it, then I think that you could do it. I like to do all of them, but I've been working on charcoal, and I've done a cat, a bear, and a dog. And my dog is actually in City Hall right now.
I think that if people are interested in art, not necessarily figure themselves as artists, but are interested in art, you will find a feast for your eyes in this place. We have several studios with the artists' work on display. There's a lot of Judy's work around, and it's just a wonderful place to come. If you can't make it downtown to the Denver Art Gallery, then you've got something right here in Brighton. I think for folks that would like to dabble in art, that very often people say, well, I can hardly draw a straight line. Well, neither can I. So it's not about drawing straight lines as such. It's about expressing yourself, and we can help with that. So folks that have thought that they could not do art are learning to be able to express themselves through art.
Just having the opportunity to have a studio in town. I've worked out of my home for 20 years before having a private studio. So that as a sculptor, it takes a lot of space, and it's so nice to be able to have an area to keep clean and be able to show your work and have people come and see what you're doing. Whereas at home, a home studio, you have tools, just a lot of different things that clutter up your area, and it's just nice to have a formal space for a studio.
We have the camaraderie and the sharing of knowledge and critiquing each other's work, and so it's been a wonderful experience, and the city seems to enjoy having us here, and we are very, very grateful to be here.
Even though I'm the only sculptor here, it's a huge advantage. We all share, we eat, regardless of what your medium is. I think each of us can bring something positive to the other artist and get a different perspective on your work and on their work. Whether you're a painter or a sculptor, I think we all see things similarly. And it's just nice having the camaraderie and people that can relate to you. And when you have every artist runs into difficulties here and there. It's nice to be able to have somebody come in and look at your work and give you an idea of what they see, if there's a problem, or how they might help you. And just being able to share and tell people, tell others about shows and your experiences as an artist.
I think it's very unusual for a city of our size to have such quality art center, and so we just really want to use it to its best use.
That's kind of unusual, so that really is a blessing to be, especially in little old Brighton, to find the kind of quality of art that goes on here, the kind of quality of instruction that goes on here, and the encouragement that people find in pursuing something that, for some folks, they've waited all their life. You know, it's like, when I retire, I'm going to get to do this, and some folks are actually doing that, and are really enjoying it.
And I've got work all over the country. I like doing big pieces that end up in public places, particularly zoos, so that children can enjoy them, and just people in general, I think, relate to sculpture. And for some, that might be the only place they get to experience sculpture up close.
I think it feels good because I've actually never done it before, and this is my second year doing it. And last year I got 2 of my pieces in, and this year is 1, but it still felt good because for me being young, and people say that I have a gift for drawing, I think that just makes me feel special.
I think the fact that we have the city's support for the space itself, I think that because we have nationally known artists in residence here, as well as just a great group of artists, there's a lot of community and camaraderie, and we, as Judy had said, we help each other along, we critique one another's work, we give suggestions. But it's a very positive place.
And what I see happening is people growing together and moving forward, all at the same time, and celebrating the successes that we have here in our community.
I just think that Main Street Creatives is a great place for not just artists, but our community in general. A lot of people have had very little exposure to art in the Brighton area, and it really opens a lot of doors for people to see different talent, and then to also think they might be able to come here and be able to take some classes or learn, or just, you know, have a unique experience. So I think it's a great thing for our community. I'm glad that we've had the opportunity to have this building.
And people are always welcome. We're very friendly. Folks will wander in and say, well, I saw you, I thought I'd come in and check it out. And we will take them around and introduce them to the artists that are here. And the artists are very happy to talk about their work and what they do, where they come from. And yeah, so it's a very open and friendly place.
We do fun events here too, where we do, you know, maybe like the wine and watercolor, you know, occasionally, and other fun things like that. We have shows about every other month here. And so all of that has just grown. We're at capacity. We always have a waiting list for our studio space since it's so very reasonable, and it's a wonderful area to be.
Whether you are interested in learning to paint, sculpt, or draw, finding a quiet space to create your own art, or just want to drop in and check out the gallery, Main Street Creatives has something for every kind of artist. To learn more, visit mainstreetcreatives.com or just stop by from 10 to 4, Monday through Saturday. Join us next time as we continue to tell the story of Brighton.